Joining us now is Aftab Kamal Pasha from New Delhi. He's an ex-associate dean of Middle Eastern Studies at Jawaharlal Nehru University. Thanks for joining us here on TRT World. So what do you think Israel is going to do now? Do you think they're going to opt for a full-scale ground invasion, perhaps even more significant than what we've seen heretofore?
Well, you see, Israel which had agreed for a ceasefire in 3 phases, which came into effect on 19th January, a day before Donald Trump took power, has breached this agreement and refused to negotiate for the second phase. And since the first phase came to an end with the exchange of prisoners from both the sides, Israel has been threatening Hamas and the Palestinians in Gaza with the full-scale invasion. The Netanyahu government has a new defense minister, chief of staff. All these people have been preparing full-fledged attack, ground assault. The airstrikes have started. This is actually to save Benjamin Netanyahu's government, where the economy minister had threatened to walk out and bring down the coalition if Netanyahu doesn't resume the attacks on Palestinians in Gaza. So not only they have breached and undermined the peace agreement, ceasefire agreement, which was agreed with American mediation, but in the holy month of Ramadan, they are killing and destroying whatever little is left in Gaza. And it exposes the hypocrisy of both the Israeli government and the United States, which negotiated and went back on this three-phase ceasefire agreement.
Yeah, Aftab, I suppose what I'm trying to ask you is, do you think they're going to go further than what we've seen over the past 15 months already? Do you think it's going to be worse than what we've seen already?
Yes, that is what the Israelis are threatening. They have already killed 50,000 plus people. Many more will die in this new phase of fighting. Perhaps they want to compel people to leave Sinai or anywhere else if they can find refuge. So the takeover of full Gaza is the aim of this extremist government, in which Netanyahu fully is backing the military to achieve what was not possible in the first phase, 15 months of attack. So Egypt is also bracing for new flood of refugees.
And Aftab, do you feel like Hamas has any room for maneuver here? What can they realistically do and achieve that will change anything?
Yeah, they will continue with their guerrilla attacks from the tunnels where they are hiding. And they have many more now on duty after the ceasefire. They have mobilized more fighters who will be in the field from Rafah to northern Gaza and from Beit Hanun to Khan Yunis. So they are spread out in the entire Gaza, and they will carry on the guerrilla attack with more Israeli casualties than what they suffered in the first phase of 15 months of continuous bombardment. So there will be casualties on the part of the Israeli army, much more perhaps than what they suffered in the first phase of the ground invasion.
And do you think the rest of the world can effectively continue to stand by and do very little as it has done for the past 15 months? Or do you think something will change on the international front in terms of accountability here?
Well, the Hamas have moved the UN Security Council to discuss this breach of ceasefire by the Israelis and the American connivance. So Security Council debate is one thing. The second one is, of course, in the United States, this attack on Gaza is not very important because what Trump is doing in terms of tariffs and other things dominate the issue. And world public opinion also are tired of continuous demonstrations. So there is this fatigue and, lethargy. And, there is very little which is expected from different capitals of the world, which saw huge demonstration. But it only goes to show the double standards of the Western countries supporting Israel in their heinous attacks on the Palestinian people, which will undermine the rules-based order. On the one hand, they are trying for ceasefire in Ukraine, and on the other hand, they are allowing this genocide to continue of the helpless people in Gaza.
Okay. Aftab Kamal Pasha, thank you so much for joining us.